Hey everybody, this is Chelsea Shaffer.
And Kaitlin Gustave.
And this is The Score, the official podcast of the sport of team roping. This is the Team Roping Journal's semi-weekly podcast highlighting the team roping industry's top talents and influencers through stories that inspire and connect ropers. We sit down with ropers from the professional ranks as well as industry icons and producers to delve into topics that make the team roping world tick. This is Season 2. It will feature even deeper interviews, storytelling, and issue-based coverage, and we are so excited you're here. Hey, Kaitlin.
Hey, Chelsea.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Short Score. We are winding down Pro Rodeo's regular season. It is mid-August.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is starting to happen.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Things are starting
really
to become
heating up.
Significantly more solid at this point of the year. We're kind of having a better idea of who's doing what, where, who's going to keep going, head to the Northwest, who is going to head home. So this episode is going to be kind of a big wrap-up of the big winners from the last week. We'll maybe chit-chat, throw in some gossip about who's doing what, maybe who might be roping with a broken wrist, who's probably going to be mad at me for saying that. We've got all kinds of cool info. And then I don't want to leave this episode before we tell you all of the upcoming rope-ins that are getting ready to happen in the World Series and USTRC. And we also want to talk about the World Series Team Roping Journal Open finale at the finals in Las Vegas. That's December 7th, and we'll talk more about that at the end of the episode.
All right. Kicking it off with the Pro Rodeo results. Coleman Proctor and Ryan Moats, they had the highest earnings over the weekend. They added $11,432 to their earnings.
Coleman is getting it figured out with Admiral. That's good.
Yeah.
Coleman had been fighting it there for a while this year, so glad that he's getting things rolling off with his new head horse.
Yeah, they won the average in Lovington, New Mexico. They were 9.5 seconds on two head, and that paid over $3,000. Won the first round with a 4.3 second run, and then tied Chase and Tyson Thompson for 7th in the second round with a 5.2 second run. They also won the first round in Sikeston, Missouri with a 4.5 second run, and they also tied Tyler Wade and Billy Jack Sabins for first at Lawton, Oklahoma with a 4.4 second run. So that's awesome. I think Coleman is
he's second in the world, and Ryan is now first in the world, so that's exciting. I know that we will see Coleman is going to go home and circuit rodeo a little bit because he just welcomed a beautiful new daughter with his wife Stephanie, and Ryan is going to head to the Northwest. He's got Paul David in the Northwest. He's got Lane Santos a little bit too, and Coleman's going to head back out for San Juan Capistrano. So they finished their partnership for the summer with a really big bang with 11,000 this weekend.
That's awesome. Another team that did really well was Dustin Negaskiza and Jake Long. They added $9,631 to their earnings. They won the average at Sikeston, Missouri with a time of 10.9 seconds on two head, and that paid almost $3,000. They won second in the first round with a 5.2 second run, and they tied Brenton Hall and Chase Tryon for second in the second round with a 5.7 second run. And then in Hermiston, Oregon, they placed fourth in the average with a time of 13.4 seconds on two head, and that paid close to $2,000, and they won the first round with a 4.5 second run.
Did you see the picture of Dustin Negaskiza?
Oh, my.
In Sikeston. Okay, so Phil Kitts, he's one of our MVP photographers who makes sure he sends me pictures after every rodeo and roping. And that's the best way to get, by the way, committees, roping producers, the best way to get your ropings covered is to hire a good photographer and make sure that photographer sends their pictures immediately to the Team Roping Journal. See Shaffer at aimmedia.com. But Phil Kitts sent us the pictures from Sikeston. And Dustin, you worked for that. I'm not sure. Yeah. I haven't seen the video of that run, but the pictures are interesting. So
yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah. I don't know how you get your body that way, but
I don't know. I don't know. But he did it, and it worked. I don't think that goes along with the 5 ways Speed Williams is helping you improve your roping that we did in a previous issue earlier this summer. But it worked. We're not arguing.
Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to get the job done.
Yep, absolutely. So Dustin he's 13th in the world right now. He's got 57,001. T Wade's 12th with about 57,001. won. He's only out of the top 10 by about 10,000. So there's so much rodeo left. The bubble always gets interesting. But Dustin is kind of on it. I think Jake is a little safer.
Third.
Yeah, Jake's third in the world because he started off roping with Clay Smith, and they won so much this winter. Everything. So,
man.
All right.
And then speaking of T-Wade again, Tyler Wade and Billy Jack Savins, they added a little over $7,000 to their earnings. They
needed a good weekend.
They really did. They tied Coleman Proctor and Ryan Motes for first at Lawton, Oklahoma with that 4.4 second run. And they tied Garrett Tanazzi and Dustin Davis for eighth in Logan, Utah with a 5 flat. And then in Hermanston, Oregon, they placed sixth in the average with a time of 18.2 seconds on two head and placed second in the second round with a 4.1 second run.
And they were just 3-9 in the second round of Caldwell, which is doing it. And so they're kind of... I know Tyler said he borrowed a horse from a friend because he was kind of having some horse trouble. Fonzie, his Great Bay horse, has been out, had some surgery. He's been out most of the year. So Tyler has been trying to get by on everything he's had, and now he's got a new horse that he borrowed from a friend. So hopefully we'll be writing about that horse because they're going to go on a hot streak.
That's exciting.
Yes. I'm looking at the Caldwell results, actually. I know you've got your whole list, Kaitlin, that you're going to talk about. But Aaron Sinigini and Patrick Smith are 10-2 there at Caldwell. Aaron is roping with a broken wrist.
Yeah, he is.
From a fall. From a horse fall earlier last week.
Geez.
So Aaron's roping one steer a day. He is roping great. Hasn't missed one since he broke his wrist. So
maybe that's just the thing.
Maybe it's just working out for him. Aaron.
I'm glad it is.
Yeah. That's your fun fact for the day. That's your fun fact that Aaron's going to be mad I told you. Hopefully not. But everybody, when you see that Aaron is 10 flat on 2 at Caldwell, know that there's an added level of impressiveness for that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yes.
And moving on, Charlie Crawford and Logan Medlin, they won Hermanston, Oregon. They were 10-4 there on two head, and that paid $3,044 a man. And they also placed second in the first round with a 4.6 second run. I know Charlie Crawford has won that rodeo before, I believe in 2016. Don't want to be wrong, but with Shay Carroll, I believe it was. So that's awesome. He got another win there. And then they also placed fifth in the average in Lovington, New Mexico, with a time of 11.6 seconds on two head. And they tied Britt Smith and Jake Smith for fifth in the second round with a 5.1 second run. Moving on, Quinn Kessler. Obviously, we know him as healing in the NFR.
He's on the head side.
He is on the head side.
He's a pretty great switch ender.
He's roping with Colby Sidaway. They added $4,756 to their earnings. They won the Bozeman, Montana with a 4-second run. And they also placed second in Missoula, Montana with a 5-second run. That is sweet. Good run up there in Montana for them. Caleb Driggers and Junior Noguera, they added $4,551 to their earnings.
They're just chipping away at him, Caleb and Junior. Caleb's fifth in the world. Junior is also fifth in the world. They've got 82,001. They're a ways back from the number one guys in the world, but maybe a go-round win or two. Yeah. So I don't think that matters very much.
No, as long as they're staying up there, I think. Yeah, they won Logan, Utah with a 4.1 second run, and they placed second in the second round in Lovington, New Mexico with a 4.4 second run. And then lastly, for our Pro Rodeo result update, Brenton Hall and Chase Tryon, they added $3,615 to their earnings. They placed third in the average at Sikeston, Missouri, with a time of 11.4 seconds on two head. They placed sixth in the first round with a 5.7 second run. They tied Dustin Negaskiza and Jake Long for second in the second round. And then also in Lovington, New Mexico, in the first round, they tied Britt and Jake Smith and Bubba Buckaloo and Shay Carroll for eighth with a 5.5 second run.
Very cool. Good luck, Brenton and Chase.
Brenton's up there in the standings, I believe.
Brenton Hall is 11th
in
the PRCA World Standings. He was a Resistol Rookie last year, Holy cow. That could be fun to see Brenton and Chase at the Thomas and Mack. Chase is 12th. They are on the bubble, but they're roping good. They're sharp, so hopefully they just keep rolling.
Yeah.
They tell me 1,000 a rodeo is what you've got to win on average to make the NFR. If you hit that 1,000 a rodeo mark, Buddy Hawkins tells me that, so I know it's true. So hopefully everybody hits their averages the rest of the season.
Oh, that's so exciting. And then speaking of Resistol rookies,
Dun, 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 dun.
Cal Fuller, every week. Him and Peyton Bray every week, I feel like.
Well, is Garrett Chick getting close to Mr. Cal Fuller? Yeah, there's about a $3,000 difference right now between Cal Fuller and Garrett Chick. That's the race on the head side that we're watching.
But that is still a pretty close race after you just said $1,000 a rodeo.
Yep, absolutely.
That's pretty close. Cal Fuller is roping with Casper Roy. They added $4,792 to their earnings. They placed 4th in Bozeman, Montana with a 4.6 second run. They won Missoula, Montana with a 4.5 second run. And they placed 4th in LaCrate, Alberta with a 5.8 second run. So obviously Cal Fuller's still number one man in that Resistol rookie race. But don't count Garrett Chick out. He is obviously close second. He's roping with Ross Ashford, who is a former Resistol rookie heeling champion. They added just $1,636 to their earnings. They placed 5th in the average in Sykeston, Missouri with a time of 13.4 seconds on 2 head. And they placed 6th in the second round of the 6.0 second run. And they also placed 7th in the first round in Hermiston, Oregon with a 5.4 second run. Cooper White is roping with Tucker White. He added $1,398 to his earnings. They placed 5th in Sioux Falls, South Dakota with an 8.1 second run. And they placed 3rd in Spearfish, South Dakota with a 6.1 second run. Jordan Ty, he hadn't really been in the top 10. He just kind of shuffled up in there after this weekend. He's roping with Jason Miner. They won just a little bit of money, $838 a man. But they placed 8th in Omak, Washington with a 10.9 second run, and they placed 7th in the average in Hermiston, Oregon with a time of 20.8 seconds on 2 head. Colorado.
Philip Schumann.
Right?
Philip Schumann and Josh Fillmore won $810 in Kimball, Nebraska. They were first with a 6.2 second run. So Phil Schumann, we've written about him in the Team Roping Journal. He's a businessman.
I didn't realize that he was in the race for Resistol rookies this year.
In the race, yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yep, he is 16th. So good
down
job.
Their ways,
good work, Filthy.
Still, good job, Filthy. And then Wyatt Imus is roping with Reno Gonzalez. They placed 4th in the second round in Lovington, New Mexico, and added $1,310 to their earnings. Wyatt kind of jumped up in the top of the standings after that.
He's 15th in the standings now, so.
And, of course, Peyton Bray.
On the heel side.
Oh, yeah. They're open with Eric Rogers. They added $4,442 to their earnings. They placed 6th in Cascade, Montana with a 14.6 second run. Placed 2nd in Bozeman, Montana with a 4.3 second run. And placed 3rd in Logan, Utah with a 4.5 second run.
So these guys are trying to make the finals. Where is Peyton? Peyton is 22nd in the world right now. He'll get into San Juan Capistrano, which pays quite a bit. He's got $45,001. That puts him only $5,000 out of that top 15. So
that's not bad at all. And then Wyoming team, Carson Johnson's open with his older brother, Kellen Johnson. They added $3,601 to their earnings. They placed 3rd in Bozeman, Montana with a 4.5 second run. And then they tied Jeff Flanagan, who is our 2018 Resistol Rookie champion header from last year. He's roping with Tyler Worley. They tied for 3rd at Missoula, Montana with a 5.3 second run. Michael Tash is roping with Lathan Bryant. They placed 4th in Fort Worth, Texas with a 10.7 second run. Dylan Alstrom is roping with Taylor Wynn. They placed 5th in Colville, Utah with a 6.2 second run. Douglas Rich is roping with Corey Clark. They placed 2nd in Omak, Washington with a 6.6 second run. And I don't know if you know it, but that Kyson Wynn won at the World Series finale
Oh yeah,
last year.
Yes, I know.
I was like, why are you not as excited as I am? That's so cool.
No, I that is cool.
Yeah, he's jumping up in the healing rookie standings. He's roping with Kelson Robinson. They added $2,109 to their earnings. They placed third in Colville, Utah with a 5.6 second run, and placed second in Jerome, Idaho with a 5.5 second run. So don't count Kaitlin out.
Very cool.
He won a ton last year at the finale.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Kaitlin. Now, before we get to the ropings that are coming up this weekend in the World Series and USTRC, I want to make sure I remind everybody that the World Series of Team Roping is holding its first ever Open to the World Series finale roping during Finale 14 this year in Las Vegas. It's December 7th. It's going to go with our awesome payout at the World Series finale in Vegas. It's going to add on to it. Things were going so good in the outdoor arena with the Matthews Land and Cattle roping that Denny and the team at the World Series office decided to bring the open guys into the main arena at the South Point. So it's going to be super exciting to watch. The entry deadlines are creeping up. We want everybody to make sure they get their entries in. It took a lot of work, a lot of effort on everybody's part to get the open guys included in the finale. So we cannot wait to see everybody there. It's going to be fun.
So exciting.
Yeah. It's going to be such a huge chance to win huge money in Vegas for the guys that aren't at the NFR. So it'll be a really fun opportunity. We're going to be looking forward to watching it. Lots of coverage of it, of course. You can look for all of our website, on our website, on all of our social channels. It will be really fun to watch. All right, as far as upcoming events for the USTRC, we've got the Southern States Classic in Statesboro, Georgia, August 16th to 18th. The Vegas of the South Super Qualifier, August 30th to September 1st in Tunica, Mississippi. And the USTRC's 30th National Finals, October 22nd to November 2nd in Oklahoma City.
Yay! That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is a big weekend for World Series ropings. There's a ton going on. So, starting on Friday, August 16th, the Levelland, Texas qualifier produced by Matthews Land and Cattle. Also on Friday, starting Friday, the Pocatello, Idaho qualifier from Triple T Productions. There will be some World Series qualifiers at that JX2 USTRC roping in Statesboro, Georgia. Athens, Texas, Watson Productions has a roping that starts Friday, August 16th. Guild, Colorado, 5 Flat Productions, Saturday, August 17th, and Sunday, August 18th. There's a World Series qualifier. Billings, Montana, Yost Events, Ty Yost. He's got a roping that starts Saturday, August 17th. Claresholm, Alberta, Canada. Short Go Productions has a World Series qualifier. Salinas, California, Cal Shootouts qualifier Saturday, August 17th. And then next weekend, Dodge City, Kansas, MC3 is putting on a World Series qualifier. So make sure those are on your schedule. Get to one of those ropings, and we will talk at you again next week.
Yay!
Yay! Thanks, everybody.